So the health problems that we see in dogs and cats not fed meat-based diet start with the mouth. They tend to have poor dental hygiene. There's gingivitis, there's tartar buildup on the teeth, and it's not long before the breath starts to smell. This is a real problem from a health perspective because there are loads and loads of bacteria that live in inflamed mouths and in the tartar and plaque that builds up. And that population of bacteria, often pathogenic bacteria, can very easily get into the lungs, into the digestive system, into the bloodstream, and cause problems elsewhere in the body. So dental health is a big problem that we see in dogs and cats fed commercial dog food. We also see a tremendous amount of IBD, inflammatory bowel disease. It's such a common problem nowadays, a problem which we didn't used to see 30, 40, 50 years ago. So it is one of these modern day diseases, IBD. We also see a tremendous amount of dogs and cats with skin problems. Again, our feeling is that a lot of these sorts of problems are related to the poor nutrition. Obesity, of course, is an epidemic, perhaps a pandemic around the globe. And again, in our view, there's a nutritional basis for that. Obviously, there's other factors as well, like exercise and feeding habits, like feeding little and often, for argument's sake, volume of food that's fed. But feeding a high sugar or high carbohydrate diet to a carnivore 9 times out of 10 will lead to obesity issues. We also see, as part of the skin diseases that we see, we also see a lot of ear problems where yeast invades the ears and causes otitis or inflammation of the ears. Yeasts love sugars. That's why dogs fed high carbohydrate diets often have ear problems. We also see quite a number of autoimmune diseases. So joint diseases, autoimmune joint diseases, these are diseases where the immune system, for one or another reason, starts to attack itself. And rheumatoid arthritis is a good example of that in humans. And we see a similar sort of condition in dogs as well. So it seems that feeding a high carbohydrate diet to dogs and cats seems to trigger an adverse response of the immune system, and that immune system then starts to attack itself. We also, unfortunately, see an increasing amount of cancer. When I first graduated 30-something years ago, cancer was few and far between. We hardly ever saw dogs with cancer, but in the 30 years that I've been in practice, cancer levels have absolutely skyrocketed, not only in our world, but in the human world as well. So I would add cancer to that list of conditions that we see a lot of in dogs and cats fed species inappropriate food or non-meat based diets.